Hello. Today I want to present our research, identification of the author's idea based on the modified TextRank method. The structure of our presentation has the following view: introduction, topicality, modification of the TextRank algorithm, experiments and results, and conclusions and recommendations. Text summarization is one of the most important tasks of natural language processing. The main goal of the text summarization task is to receive the short summary of the input document. This summary contains only important information from the original text. Different statistical, graph, and deep learning methods are used for the text summarization. The most popular statistical methods are tf-idf, TextRank, PageRank, and LDA. Text summarization is characterized by the following properties. The first, relevance. The abstract contains the most important and relevant information. The second, content coverage. The abstract should cover as many important aspects of the source document and should minimize the loss of information in the review process. The third, variety. The abstract should be short and contains a few minor sentences. So, if we have two sentences with the same sense, we need to stay only one of them. And the last, resume length, usually determined by the user. In our case, the optimal length of the abstract depends on the text characteristics, type, size, etc., and can be determined by experiments. All summarization methods can be divided into two classes: extractive and abstractive. Extractive methods extract sentences from the input data. Abstractive generate new sentences based on the input document or documents. In our work, we work only with extractive methods because we need to say after style, words, etc. And abstractive methods bring additional noise for our summary. The main idea of our research is that if we have two papers from different authors and we try to check these papers have similar ideas or not, we can use text summarization algorithm for this identification. So we extract summary from two documents and compare them for the idea plagiarism. In our work, we use TextRank algorithm and modify it. In the original paper, TextRank algorithm have an undirected graph of the document. The nodes of the graph are sentences of the document, and edges are weights between these sentences. In our work, we use tf-idf measure and Cosine Measure for finding sentence similarity between sentences. On the slide, you can see tf-idf metric and the Cosine Measure for the semantic similarity between two sentences. Analysis of scientific text has shown that they contain semantic relations between sentences of different types: text with parallel relations, text with chain relations, and text with connection links or with combined relations. We concentrate on the chain pronoun relations. The main idea of this research is add additional model to the TextRank algorithm, which help us to identify the additional relations between sentences. We analyzed 4 types of pronouns in our work. On the slide, you can see the example of the first type. The financial and economical crisis has opposite forms of manifestation in society. On the one hand, it renews the mechanism of management, and on the other hand, it leads to an increase in social tensions in society. So, for this sentence, the antecedent economical crisis and the anaphora it have identical morphological characteristic, single nominative case. For the link identification of antecedent and anaphors, we use such features as a part of speech, grammatical gender, number, grammatical case. The research, our research, based on our own scientific text corpus in Ukrainian language. The source of data is the repository of the National Technical University KhPI and the portal of scientific publication of the National Technical University Lviv Polytechnic. On the table on the slide, you can see the information about our corpus, so the number of documents, number of tokens, sentences, and pronouns. On this slide, you can see the table with information about pronouns for one document from our corpus. So for this document, we have 1,463 words and 103 sentences. And the information about pronouns are presented in this table, and according to the overall result, the value of semantic similarity increased for 16 pairs of sentences in this document. On the next slide, we present information about 5 documents of our corpus. You can see the number of words, number of sentences, number of third-person pronouns, and pairs of sentences with a solved anaphora. Of course, for us the most important the 2 last columns, number of third-person pronouns and the pair of sentences with a solved anaphora. And the proposed method identifies semantic relation between sentences. They were not identified to other methods. And you can see how much such sentences contains in our documents. In our work, we presented modified TextRank methods. It takes into account anaphoric reference with third-person pronouns and helps to determine all the semantic relations between sentences in the text. The proposed methods can be used to identify features of plagiarism and provide the expert with the additional information about the idea of the input document. In future, we plan to evaluate the influence of the modified TextRank method on the quality of plagiarism detection. If you want to read more information about our research, you can find models, methods, etc. in our work. The first, it is a paper, Identify Semantic Relations Between Sentences by Solving an Anaphora. And the next is a PhD manuscript of Glavcheva Yuliia, Methods and Information Technologies of Informatics in Academic Environment. Thank you for your attention.